And the question is, what kind of human being will you choose to be? We're going to change some things, and we're going to go down swinging and changing some things. Yeah.
River City, known for its lush public art and eclectic DIY music scene. The hipster city, with 2 public universities boasting diversity and educational wealth.
Richmond is known for a lot of things, and holding the title as the former capital of the Confederacy is one of them, but the one that most people are still unwilling to consider.
How can we start the conversation?
In order to find out what these symbols mean to the community, we started with our own VCU student population.
Think about it, because they just pass it. Every day you get used to and don't really think about them.
Personally, I don't like them, and I would like to see maybe either them be taken down or maybe like more monuments pop up that aren't related to Confederate war heroes.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a little uncomfortable just knowing that they're around. Somebody should tear them down. Today now, with all of what's going on in the issues, I feel like it's inappropriate.
Honestly, I understand that you want to honor the soldiers because they have families and those families lost somebody and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, those people kind of fought against my freedom. So.
But in terms of people who had just moved to the city and realizing there's 5 statues towards Confederates on one street, why would you do that?
Many of the students we talked to seem to know little to nothing about the monuments in our city, but perhaps the most striking fact was that the majority felt that the monuments didn't affect them and was something they just didn't think about. So what exactly do these monuments mean?
Obviously, if you're African American, it's personal. Just as I gather, if you're a descendant of a Confederate soldier, it's personal on a certain level. So how do we reconcile those two personals? I think that younger demographics might look at those monuments with a bit of puzzlement, or mainly our attachment to them, because you're of a generation that wasn't steeped in the ideology that led a city to put up those monuments.
Most folks I've talked to say either they just avoid Monument Avenue because they don't like to be there, or they don't think about it. But if you look at it from the point of view of the average working class African American, there are so many other things on the plate. You know, your job, whether you're going to keep your job, how much you're making, where you live, how much crime there is in the neighborhood. Are the schools any good? Is your teacher any good? Are you facing racial discrimination on the street? What's your relationships with the police? The fact that there's a statue somewhere on a street that you never go to anywhere is not a high priority.
There's one narrative now for the monuments. And part of what we should do as a community is develop the new narrative so that when someone comes to Richmond, they understand what Richmond's learned. You know that we are those monuments, but we're not those monuments. You know, that we were those monuments. We hope to be something different. And do we continue that story? You know, do we do other monuments, additional monuments? Do we look at, you know, a bolder plan for public art in the city? That will be the moment that will reflect our passion and our ideals. And we better make sure that the next group, the next set of monuments have people that believe passionately about making sure they remain. integral care to it. So if we believe in quality education, we believe in justice, we better make sure that the people, that it's not just us in this moment thinking that that's an important thing that needs to be as a counterbalance to what we see there, but it needs to be something that there's a longer commitment to and belief in doing.
We can't change history, but we can shift the narrative to reflect a better future. Let's start the conversation.